This stupid frog has been hiding under my bed for the last 11.5 days, and I can't get him out. I've tried everything from chlorine gas to setting my house on fire, and still...
Look, it's like Sonic. If Sonic was more annoying and I didn't like it at all, and if it had a froggy little penis, but now it doesn't, this is Crazy Frog Arcade Racer for the PlayStation 2. Of course, I also have it for the PC, just not on me. But like, let's open this up. Let's take a look at what we have in here. All right, we got a disc, we got a manual. As far as I'm aware, this is a collector's edition because manuals don't exist anymore. Of course they reuse the same graphic. Alright, let's check out the back. What does it say on the back? Alright. This is super low. I don't like doing this. Alright. Crazy Frog Arcade Racer. Where my autofocus... There we go. Crazy Racer, start your engines. Then it's in French. Then, you know what? I don't give enough of a shit. Alright, I'm gonna go play the PC version now. Well, my hand shakes like a madman because I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm an adult, and you can't do anything about it, game. All right, let's go play the game. Crazy Frog Arcade Racer, which honest to God is known as Crazy Frog Racer 2 internationally, well, it's a kart racer that does a good job of expressing speed, but it's missing something specific in the gameplay loop that prevents it from being good. The levels feel like they're rejected prototypes from an F-Zero course that look like they belong in a Sonic game, weird as that may sound, and the actual animation model fidelity isn't bad either, but like, you do handle like you're on ice, and that's not actually the problem. This entire game feels uninspired. That's the problem. It's got a surprisingly decent varied cast, but there's like 3 copies of the Crazy Frog in it. But you know what? It's okay, because it has a psychotic chef by the name of Miguel. The only chef where I'm sure he's killed multiple people just from the crazed look in his eyes. That's what happens when you mess with this cereal, guys. Don't fuck with Miguel. Anyway, track design. Sure, they bend every way that they can, but the levels just don't have a sense of quality to them. You're not going to be remembering what races you did, but you'll remember the fact that this game was a racer that I would call fun. Oh right, and the giant football or soccer ball or whatever ball you want to call this thing. Anyway, but by fun, I mean that it's far better than it has any right being a Crazy Frog game. So, I guess saying that the developers didn't care, and honestly neither would anybody because they're all getting paid on Little Timmy's allowance anyway, wouldn't be too wrong. It's still a Crazy Frog game, and unfortunately that means I have to talk about the sounds of a man trying to be a Formula 1 race car. The music of Crazy Frog was never particularly terrible, but it's equivalent to scraping the bottom of a dumpster fire and putting the hot, sticky, moldy mess of what used to be apples into your mouth. This commercial beast released 3 albums of music that fits a Goodwill acting as a torture chamber, and I unironically wish I'd never listened to them in the first place. The worst part of the game is that I've also played it on the PlayStation 2 as well as PC, and while I don't wish that I didn't own the thing, I wish it was actually more interesting than the PC version, but it's not. It's just a straight port. If it wasn't for the Crazy Frog IP and soundtrack, this game would probably be more decent. At the very least, it would probably be more forgettable, but you know what I did? Well, I got my friend to show up and be tortured for a good 20 minutes while we played multiplayer. And again, the only proof that I have of that is just a single screenshot, but I also have the vague memory of him humming the Gummy Bear song under his breath the whole time. Remember to back up your terabytes of recordings, kids, because I sure didn't. Anyway, you know what the saddest thing is? By show of hands, who here remembers the music videos they made for Crazy Frog? You know, the ones that used to play on MTV? Okay, so for starters, you should probably put your hand down. I don't actually have a way to see you. Second, do you see the problem with this video? I mean, it's pretty obvious when you think for a few seconds about it. Remember that penis that I was talking about earlier? Well, they didn't exactly remove it. They blurred it. His tiny little froggy peepee offended so many people that they had to remove it, but the developers of the game didn't have the censored render that's online right now, so they had to manually blur it out. This begs 2 actual questions. 1. Why did Crazy Frog have a penis? 2. Who got so offended at its presence that they decided to complain? You'd think I'm more upset at the second question, but it's not my train of thought at all. I'm okay with him being censored, but like, why did they model one on him in the first place? After doing a bit of half-assed research on the subject, an actual answer popped up. First off, the annoying thing was initially made as a small joke by Aaron Wernquist, lining it up with the original audio recording, and I guess a ringtone provider never bothered to commission an age-appropriate render of the stupid thing. Second, a lot of the ads claimed to be on children's channels, and these ads were non-stop. Apparently there were times when a Crazy Frog ad appeared during the same ad break, but the ads actually never appeared on kids' channels, at least not in the UK, where his ads got 60 complaints about his genitalia, and 400 about it being irritating. Then again, 1,600 people were upset that the KFC shows people singing with their mouths full. This was an actual ad that people got upset at, but then again, they're their own special island now. Nonetheless, this froggy bastard was everywhere, and when Margaret, the chain-smoking mom from accounting, noticed that he has a whittle cock and balls on him, she's gonna complain and lie about little Sally seeing it during Blue's Clues. Oh, but fun fact for those of you who are still watching, even though Crazy Frog himself was censored, the Robotico doppelganger wasn't. So, wait, hold up. Does that mean that I can still complain to the ESRB and get an adults-only sticker on it? Anyway, my final rating is violently demonetized. Not because of language or subject, mind you, but because UMG is gonna go after my genitalia if I try to monetize my video while using music from the game, which, as everyone knows, is a bigger no-no than Crazy Frog PP.
Is this really what I'm doing with my life? Just this?